Day one of the Cumbria Way. Whoop whoop. So excited. It's gorgeous, isn't it? So hot. It's been raining all May. My first day on the Cumbria Way. Glorious sunshine. That must mean something, right? I reckon. So it's I set off at 1 o'clock on Thursday afternoon. I'm hoping to get done by Sunday sort of tea time. So it's I'm not flogging through it, but I need to definitely keep a good pace and get some good mileage in every day. But it's a bank holiday this weekend, so if things get too much for me, then I can always extend it into Monday. So I'm not too worried, just going to enjoy it. This isn't a fashion statement, by the way. This is it's the way I'm walking. The sun's beating down on my neck, so just giving that a bit of protection. So let's get cracking, eh? How lovely is this place, eh? Beacon Tarn. It's 10 miles into the walk. Tremendous. When I first planned the route, I was actually going to stay here for a wild camp. But the problem was, because I want to do it in 3.5 days, this is only 10 miles in. It left 3 big days after this. So what I'm doing now is I'm staying at Coniston Hall campsite, which is another 5 miles on, so it's a 15-mile day, which helps us out a bit. Also, Heather dropped us off at Ulverston, and she's potted about the lakes for a couple of days at least anyway, so it made sense for her to stay at Coniston as well. So I'm going to go and meet her and the dogs tonight, so that'll be nice. So I think I made the right choice dropping this as a spot to camp. I might come back though. It is lovely. It's a bit boggy in places, but we have had a lot of rain. But there's 5 or 6 good sort of flat spots where you can get a tent easily. There's a guy right over the other side. He looks like he's going to pitch up. He's just chilling out with his dog. So yeah, crack on to Coniston. Catch you in a bit. Right, so here's Coniston water. Awesome, isn't it? Don't come to Coniston that much, but probably should come more often. I always just get in the trap of going to places like Ulverston because it's a bit closer to where I live. But Coniston's got a lot to offer. I've got probably a couple of miles to go just along the lake, back to my campsite. As you know, I'm meeting Heather at the campsite just to chill out a bit. That's why I've got my day pack on, my Ultimate Direction Fastpack 35. So my main backpack is actually just in her car. Then tomorrow I'm going to do Elterwater, which is 9 miles. Heather's going to drive over there as well because she likes to walk over there with the dogs. So she's going to take my backpack to Elterwater as well. So I'm just going to have the day pack tomorrow morning. Then on the afternoon I'll go from Elterwater to over Stake Pass. So I'll be wild camping tomorrow night. So I'll take the big backpack and hopefully have a really good day and a really good wild camp. So yeah, Ulverston to Coniston. Canny little walk. Probably 7 miles of like rolling farmer fields. Then you sort of get in the edge of the Lake District for like probably 5-6 miles, something like that. So yeah, a varied walk. Quite tough, quite boggy. One side of Beacon Tarn was really boggy, especially just after, so I'm glad I didn't wild camp there now. Yeah, getting down from, go from Beacon Tarn, you go up some like hills, then you come down, and that down bit really boggy. Feet are soaked. Doesn't help I'm not wearing walking boots, like I'm just wearing trail running shoes. But that's my fault. It's going to ruin us, I think, in the next couple of days. I do have waterproof socks though, so that's a little bit on my side. Right, let's go and finish off day one. Hi guys, day 2 of the Cumbria Way. Left Coniston Hall campsite, it's about 9 o'clock, and my plan is now to go to Elterwater, which is about 9 miles away. I've got my day pack on because Heather's still at the campsite, so she's going to drive to Elterwater and walk the dogs, have a little look about. Then we'll probably have a bit of pub lunch hopefully. Then the second half of the day I'm going to take my big backpack because I'm going to be going over Stake Pass and into the Borrowdale fells, so I'll do a wild camp over there. Yesterday, red hot, beautiful day. Check out the video, it'll be the one before this one. Today's weather looks a little bit grimmer, light showers all day, but it shouldn't be too bad. So let's enjoy it. So about a mile outside of Coniston. Coming out of Coniston is quite a steep ascent, but then it's not too long. You're back on a sort of just a rolling woodland slash farm slash wilderness trail. Really beautiful, like. Coniston rammed. Like it was about 9 o'clock. No, sorry, about 9:30. Really busy. Obviously everyone getting ready for walks, loads of big groups, great to see. No one's on the Cumbria Way, mind. Like yesterday, red hot day, never saw anyone. Today, yeah, just me. think people are prefer to like talk about fell bagging, don't they, rather than just aimless long walks like this. I suppose it's quite hard to sort of get to start and finish, isn't it? Because like it's a linear walk, so if you were just doing sections you would somehow have to get back to your car. It's a chew on. I'm very lucky that Heather's decided to stay in the lakes and do her own thing and help me out at certain bits of it, so I appreciate that. So yeah, it's a bit drizzly but it's really nice. Just passing through Tarnhouse now. Lovely spot. Been here a few times before. Normally drive like. It's quite a steep ascent to walk. But I've got here, so can't be that bad. Yeah, so about 2.5 miles in. Another maybe 5.5 miles, 6 miles to Elterwater, then hopefully a pub lunch. So not far off Elterwater now. It's been a lovely walk so far. Lots of sort of woodland and stream walks. Obviously with it being the Lake District, a lot of rolling hills as well. But yeah, not too bad. So yeah, got my pub lunch, met up with Heather. It's a really nice little meal actually, great pub. Got the big pack on now. So this section is from Elterwater to Borrowdale Fells basically. I'll be going over Stake Pass and finding somewhere to wild camp for the night. About 9 miles in total, so it's set off from Elterwater at 2 o'clock, so yeah, 7-8 o'clock I might get into a wildy camp spot. So just taking it easy because I've got a heavy pack, but also I don't have loads of time to dawdle either, so just steady pace. Right, so I'm at the bottom of Stake Pass. Look at this round here. It's like Jurassic Park or something. Mint. I've seen someone come down Stake Pass. They seem to do alright, but it looks pretty intimidating for me going up it, like. Problem is, like, you think you can see the path up and it looks hard, but when I saw the fella come down, it was nothing like I can see from here. So obviously it zigzags up, which hopefully makes it a bit easier. Just gonna have a little cheeky mucker, have 15 minutes, then go over the top. Got 2 bottles of water filtered, so I should be alright, I think. Looking forward to the views at the top though, always good. This little stone shelter is awesome as well. It's in like 3 little bits. Probably do a while camping here. Well, someone probably has here if you look. Got a fire out. So yeah, if I got here and the weather was torrential and I needed to hunker down before going over the pass in the morning perhaps, then this would have been ideal. But weather's alright, so I'm going to have to do it. Right, see you in a bit. At the top of Stake Pass now. Yeah, it was pretty tough but doable. The path was pretty good actually. Just lots of like rock stepping stones. So got up pretty quick. And treated with this. How nice is this? Like another world. Have a look. Hi guys, it's about 20 past 7. I've done the miles that I planned to do today, so walking wise I'm done. But there's nowhere to wild camp round here. But I was getting hungry, so I thought, get my food in now, enjoy the views, then maybe walk another hour or so, see if there's somewhere better to get a little cheeky camp in. Way back there, loads of spots, but that would have left us about 2 miles short of what I wanted to do today, and tomorrow's a big day anyway, so I'd rather do more today so I have less to do tomorrow. So fingers crossed I can find somewhere. Anyway, this is the Expedition Food Spaghetti Bolognese. Look at that. 1,000 calories needed. Really good actually. Hi guys, pitched. It's about 9 o'clock. I got here at 8:30. It's not an ideal spot, but it's the best I can do without getting too close to civilization. There's a lovely rapids down there. Should send me off to sleep. Yeah, I've had a really good day. Started off at Coniston camping campsite, then to Elterwater, met up with the wife. She unfortunately gave me my big heavy backpack, so then I've done another 9 miles, a bit more actually, about 10, so I'm ready for bed. Amazing walk, like the first 9 miles to Elterwater was like woodland streams, so like rolling hills, but the second 9 miles, proper Lake District, over Stake Pass, with the Borrowdale fells around us. Awesome. The only problem was the good wild camping pitches. They were like too short of miles really. It would give me too much to do tomorrow. If I had five days to do it, would have been great, but I'm hoping to do this in 3.5 days, so I need to make sure I don't leave myself too much per day to do. So yeah, beat. Because it's not ideal where I'm at, I think I'll get up crack of dawn, get up at 5 o'clock, then just pack up, then maybe walk for like 3 miles into sort of a town or something, and have like a sit down on a bench or whatever, and have a bit of breakfast there. I don't think there'll be many people about, like, it's, as far as I can tell, it's the path that goes past here is the Cumbria Way. There's nothing much else. So yeah, if there are people, hopefully walkers, or understand what I'm doing. Hopefully no angry farmers. Right, so yep, day 2 done. Day 3 to come. Bye. Cumbria Way, day 3, yay! It's 6:15. I'm just going to get away, walk for 2 or 3 miles, and hopefully stop somewhere nice to get a bite to eat. That's it really. Today I'm basically, first part of the day is just going to Keswick, which is about 10 miles away. So that should be a good walk. I've done some of this walk already up the side of Derwentwater. So I'll know I'll know half of it. Then I'll stay in Keswick for a bite to eat, maybe just chill out for an hour. Then second half of the day probably will be pretty hard. Going out of Keswick past Skiddaw, then so like heading towards Caldbeck, not getting as far as Caldbeck though. Then that should be it. So it should be a tough day, but an enjoyable one. So this is my camping spot from last night. Leave no trace, obviously. You actually literally can't tell I was here. Not even like deadened grass on out. What an amazing morning. So still, isn't it? Derwent water is beautiful, like, love it. Yeah, so I walked for about 3.5 miles this morning to Derwent Water, where I did like a chili con carne expedition dehydrated food pack. It's canny, it's nice. Nice little coffee, dried my feet off a bit, they're soaking. Then yeah, cracked on. Probably got 5 miles or so to Keswick now. Hopefully the wife's going to meet me there, so that'll be nice. But I've done this walk before, this section, so it's really nice, looking forward to it. Right, so I got to Keswick and it was rammed, like really rammed. Heather was luckily got space, but there's no way we could get any food, it was just far too busy. So I just spent a bit of time at the car and changed over to the day pack. So this next section might be a little easier. Basically Keswick to Ulverston I'm going. So right, you basically head from Keswick, go towards Skiddaw, then before you go up the main path you take a right and you go around it, and I'll be heading to Skiddaw House, then down past the forest. About 12 miles I think. It's pretty brutal so far. That's half the fun in it. So I've done 18 miles so far today, and 8 miles for the last section from Keswick. But a strange walk, it's like from Keswick up to nearly Skiddaw, like the most people I've ever seen for the whole of my life. Then going round the corner, just like remote, barren, lonely, like no one about. It was weird. And barren and remote, I don't mean in the bad way, it was spectacular, but it's just like made it seem even weirder that it was just after Keswick, which was like party town. Strange. Anyway, I don't know, I still probably got 2 or 3 miles to go before I meet Heather. Starting to get back into a bit more civilization, seeing a few farms and stuff. And, mainly heading downhill, which is good because the first like 7 miles straight uphill basically. Tough going. My feet are ruined as well. These stony sort of paths aren't helping. Like, not necessarily blisters, but like I think just wear and tear on the balls of my feet, just like almost feels like bruising. I'm sure they are blisters as well. I do have them Compeed blister things on, so hopefully they help us out. I just hope I can wake up tomorrow and have recovered a bit so I can finish off the walk. I'd be gutted if they get any worse, but I'll just see how it goes. So that's the end of day 3. Got to Ulverston pretty easily. My feet are ruined, like I've got blisters on blisters, but just gonna have to patch them up and get tomorrow done. So day 1 I stayed at Coniston campsite, day 2 I did a wild camp, and day 3 Heather somehow managed to persuade me to do a car camp. So I'll be in with these beauties tonight. They'll be raging of course because they'll have no room, but should be good fun. Then yeah, tomorrow I should finish at Carlisle, so here we go. Good night. Morning. It's day 4 of the Cumbria Way, and hopefully the last day. Well, don't mean I'm not enjoying it, it's just where I am in the route. Got 21 miles to go, 6 AM, so hopefully I can bash these out pretty quick. It should be the easiest day of the lot. Once I get to Caldbeck it's pretty much all downhill to Carlisle, relatively. Blisters are sore, but I've patched them up as much as I can, so just see how I get on. What a beautiful morning though. Awesome. Still got about 4 miles to Caldbeck. Just walking through like farmer fields and stuff at the minute. It's quite nice. I just thought I'd talk a bit about navigation. There's 2 rules in the Lake District, and especially for the Cumbria Way. If it's totally obvious where you're meant to go, there will be a sign. If you're stuck in a field somewhere where there's 10 different exit points, there'll be no signs. So you need to bring your own maps for sure. Do not rely on the signs. I understand the principle of map reading, but I must admit I can't really do it. So I've got a Phoenix 6 Pro from Garmin. So I download maps onto there and just follow it like a sat nav basically. So it's awesome for me. As a backup, I have OS Maps app on my phone, which I actually download the maps, so I don't need any data to open it up, and the GPS works all the time. So that's a good backup. And I always carry a power bank, just in case my watch or phone dies. To be fair, the power bank I have, it's probably just a cheapie off Amazon, but it's got us through 3 days of charging, so that's pretty good. But yeah, however you map out your walks, you must do it. Do not rely on Lake District signs. Right, so I'm just outside of Caldbeck now. Just resupplied there, just from the little village shop. got there about quarter to 9. It's a Sunday today, and it didn't open to 9, but that's not too bad. Spent an hour there just like drying my socks out and stuff, chilling. Now I've got 15 miles from Caldbeck to Carlisle, so I'm hoping to get done by 5 o'clock maybe a bit quicker. It's all downhill apparently, well relatively anyway, trends downhill, so it might be the easiest day of them all. It's hot mine, so it might not. So this section gets a bit of grief because I suppose it's just because it's not what people think is the Lake District. I think it's mainly sort of like woodland and riverside walking, especially when you get towards Carlisle. So I think people are just a bit snobby about it. But I've seen loads of YouTube videos of the last day. Looks alright to me, looks canny. Like I say, it's just probably what people probably just think of the Cumbria Way as just being the Lake District and don't consider this final bit. Anyway, I'll bring you back in a bit. So I'm just on a bit of a boring stretch, so thought I'd check in. Give you a couple of observations I think about like what to do at night time. When I first started planning this, I fully intended to wild camp all 3 nights. However, you do need to be careful because there's not as many wild camping opportunities as you would think on this route, mainly because it's like goes through like the valleys of the Lake District, so unless you're going off route and up at top of a fell, you might struggle to get a good spot for the night. So that's why the first night I ended up staying at Coniston Hall campsite. Second night I did an actual wild camp. Went over Stake Pass into the Borrowdale Fells area and got a camp near some rapids. It was quite nice. Then the third night, because I was going so long in the day, I stayed in Heather's, like did a bit of car camping in the back of the Skoda Yeti. I think if you do it over like 5 days, like is recommended, or even 6 if you want to like really enjoy it, then you will be able to have a bit more freedom so that you can sort out wild camps. But when I'm doing it in 3.5 days, you have to get a certain amount of miles in, or else you leave yourself doing too much the day after. So even if you get a nice camping spot and it's like 5-6 o'clock, you can't just hang around and chill, so you probably got more miles to get in that day. So I found when doing it over 3.5 days like me, you either have to just literally pitch your tent anywhere and just hope for the best and hope some angry farmer doesn't tell you off, which is not very responsible, or you have a bit of help like I did. Heather stayed in the lakes over the entire time. She met us up at different points so I could swap between day bags and like the big backpack if I was needing a tent. And it meant I just had more options, so I could get the miles in but not take the mick with where I was wild camping and still get a night's sleep somewhere. So I just thought it was something to mention, that you'll see all the YouTube videos of wild camping, and sometimes you get the idea that like you just throw up your tent anywhere and it's like a beautiful spot and no one's there. It's not like that. There's actually very few places on the Cumbria Way where you can do proper wild camping. If, like me, you've got a certain amount of miles to hit every day. If you're just chilling, you can do short days, then catch up later on, and you could wild camp it all, but all depends on how quick you want to do it, really. Just thought I'd mention that anyway. Just walking out of Ulverston and there's this monstrosity. Nescafe doesn't look very glamorous, does it? Anywho, Dalston's a nice place, like. Bit of Tory energy about it, like. 5 miles to go. Can't believe it. A mere 5 miles. I'm gonna spend these 5 miles just having a think about what I've done. Crazy. Heather met us at Dunstan. She's got in the car park there and had the dogs out for a walk and that. Got me an ice cream as well, which was nice. Big thanks to Heather. Without her, like, I wouldn't have done it. To do it in just over 3.5 days, to do that with a heavy backpack on would have killed us, like. So having Heather there where I could swap to a day pack when I can, it's been a godsend. Really good. So thanks, Heather. And she roped me into a car camp, which I never thought she would. So she's done well there. That's the Cumbria Way done. Get in. Set off at 1 o'clock on Thursday. It's now 5 o'clock on Sunday. So 3 days and like 4 hours. Pretty good. I would never have been able to do it that quick if it wasn't for Heather and letting me like use a slackpacking, I suppose it's called. I could have never done it that quick with a full backpack. Not unless it was like an ultralight one. So yeah, buzzing. Really buzzing. And tired. My feet are ruined and I need a McDonald's.